Hello, the one and only Xylophoney here with another ARK Survival Evolved Dossier, and we're taking a look at the Pelagornis. Now, at first glance you might think this is very similar to the Ichthyornis. It's another aquatic bird. It does some flying, it does some waddling, and it does some swimming. But what makes this guy a little bit different is his size. Not only that, he spends a lot of time away from the island, further into the ocean. But I think it's going to be something very interesting to tame, and you'll see why in a second. Let's take a look at what it says here. In the wild, the much larger ancestor of water birds like the stork or pelican, Pelagornis myocanus shares many traits with its modern-day brethren. However, it seems to spend much time hunting for fish over the open sea. So this thing spends a lot of time in the open sea where there's all the larger predators that can attack. However, it stays far from the island. Now, this way it can eat plenty of little fish. It can have a much safer time against things such as T-Rexes and raptors. However, it's still the open ocean, so it's still pretty dangerous. But this thing can just take off and fly away to avoid them rather easily. It says here, in fact, I've rarely spotted a wild Pelagornis anywhere near the coast of the main island, as it prefers to rest its wings paddling along on the ocean surface, rather than waddling along the island's beaches. Perhaps this behavior is a result of its survival instincts. The early Miocene was a post-dinosaur epoch after all, and Pelagornis would not be accustomed to such predators. Considering how quickly it flees from humans, one can hardly blame its caution. So this is a creature that stays far away from any potential predator. It is extremely skittish. It only eats fish in the open ocean and avoids everything else, especially humans. I imagine that it's pretty smart for avoiding humans because when we hop into a game of ARK, we tend to be a little violent. We tend to try to tame everything in sight or kill it. So this thing wants neither of that, therefore it tries to run away. But it can be tamed, and even better, since it is so large, you can ride it. It says when domesticated, because of its ability to fly, walk, and surface swim, a tamed Pelagornis is one of the island's most versatile mounts, but this comes at a cost. The same webbed feet that allow Pelagornis to serenely maneuver across the ocean surface prevent it from snatching prey from the ground, which may limit its appeal to some survivors. So pretty much what it's saying is you can't scoop things up like a pteranodon or an eagle could. You don't have talons, you have, pretty much flippers, little fins on your feet. So you can move through water pretty quickly, you can fly through the air, and you can even waddle on land, but it is not good for scooping up people and tossing them around. Now, depending on how large this thing is, it might not really be capable of carrying too much anyway, but it can fly you around. Now, we don't know what kind of speed these things are going to be capable of, but considering it doesn't have much attack, I don't assume it has much defense. I think it might have a little bit of speed going for it because its job is to run away from predators. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of the Pelagornis. I know there haven't been a lot of ARK videos on this channel lately, and it's mainly because I've been getting a little bored with it. I know it took an entire year, right? But there will be still new dossiers coming, even maybe on the second channel, whenever they are released, just so I can showcase some of these amazing creatures to you guys. Anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed. Leave a like if you have. I will see you next time.